Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Leaders Uncut. This is Catherine Oakes, your host. And today it is my pleasure, just the day before Thanksgiving, to have with us Alex Tartakovsky, who is the founder and CEO of iOT365. Hi, Alex. How is everything going?
Everything is fine. Hello, all. Thank you for introduction.
Thanks for being here with me today and with my audience. So, Alex, you have done something quite interesting, and you are doing something actually very important with iOT365. So, can you give us a quick background, your background, and then speak about your vision, your mission with iOT365?
Okay, a little bit about myself. So I started my career in 2000 as a software developer, algorithms, and advanced to the cybersecurity. I had been lead the NASDAQ-based, NASDAQ-listed company as CIO that's covered few vectors, including CISO and cybersecurity. And I recognize that actually we have a huge problem in the manufacturing area. Once you need to be protected with a complicated traffic and complicated in different protocols and absolutely different world that's different than IT. So we have a huge mass solutions for IT security. That's very easy because we have actually a very familiar operation system like Windows, Linux, Mac. So that's very easy to deploy EDR and many installed solutions that you should only install something and have some management, and that's very easy. And once you have some problem, you can actually shut down, restore the server operation system and go down. So that's very easy and understandable. So once we are talking about OT world, that's absolutely different story. So you must be actually very careful about stopping production. That's only critical issues, and you should understand the impact on the business. So once we are talking about OT, I actually changed my way and changed the way of iOT365 worldwide to be 100% passive. So now a few big corporations started to make something a little bit active to make an easy life, like something like that. But sometimes it should impact the critical infrastructure. And I actually found my way effectively to work with critical infrastructure, oil, gas, energy sector, water desalination systems, to be only passive. So that's one thing. The different thing that's actually very important, having the full solution under one vendor. Because what's happening today, many big players, you know their names, only IDS systems. So better or less effective, more effective, but they must have also in eyes, not only hands, also eyes, like security incident event management, to see what's happening in the lowest level in the operation technology plans, okay? So once we are talking about iOT365, we have only one small box sensor that's we connecting directly to the lowest level 1 switches by span port passively, and we are uploading data to the server, one server and many, one head and many legs. Once we are talking about AWS, we can deploy also NVIDIA Morpheus AI machine. Once we are talking about on-prem solution, we are working only with engines that we train the NVIDIA across Frost vendors worldwide dedicated to OT, and that's actually make very easy deployment, very transparent data.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine. So sorry to interrupt you because that's so interesting. But can you tell us about the process? You said it's an easy deployment. How long does it take to set everything up? And can you give us an idea on cost? Is that affordable for most businesses out there?
Yes, that's very easy to explain both things. So we are working with very easy process. My dream to send that as is to IT OT guys by by some delivery service and with only short manual. So we should prepare some span port managed switch And we should have a static IP address, even DHCP that's available, but I prefer static to know what's happening and what is the IP address dedicated to this device. That can be connected to the main server or having only uploading traffic to the AWS server.
Okay.
So actually, once everything is ready and good prepared for our solutions, it's plug-and-play solution.
Okay.
So we are connecting mirroring port to the span port to the switch. We are connecting the separate networking, separate line to upload the traffic to the head to the AWS or on-prem in isolated environment to the one main server. That's all. So that's plug-and-play solution, and you are starting see your traffic, and you are seeing anomalies, both operation technology anomalies and IT cybersecurity anomalies. When somebody making pings. So we are building our solution based on MITRE ATT&CK methodology. So we are detecting the vectors of cyber attacks. We are actually passing a very strong and powerful multi-layer IDS system based on unique patented machine learning filter developed by iOT365 by internal team. And we are adding already pre-trained NVIDIA Morpheus ABP model inside our system. And we know to make that well pre-trained even in isolated model. On top of that, we are providing AI-generated playbooks per each incident according NIS2 per European Union and 62443 or HIPAA standards. And that's very, very useful. Once we are talking about detection, what's average personnel can do by himself effectively and immediately.
That was my question, because obviously it sounds very technical, and my question to you was, do companies have to have an IoT expert within their team in order to be able to manage and properly implement your system?
So my pushing to make that as easy as possible. So I'm pushing that to this direction, but I believe that we must have a little bit more on that. So we must have at least one person that's responsible for the system.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening. By the way, we can actually integrate also operation technology SOC, Security Operations Center, external Security Operations Center. We can deploy our solution in existing security incident event management, in existing SOC as possible, so a very effective way. So it's very, very, very agile to requirements, to the customer requirements.
Okay, all right, got it, understood. And then you can do this all over the world, right? It's a global operation, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely correctly. We have very high activity in United States, Canada, Asia, Singapore, Balkans countries, European Union, Israel, all the countries. We are trying to save the world. And my vision, even you can see that's on our logo, that's a worldwide globe symbol. So we are protecting operation technology worldwide, globally.
Okay. So I mean, I'm hearing this more and more, that we are under attack. So can you give us an idea on the amount of attacks there are, and are there different types of attacks that are more prevalent?
Are you talking about the taxes?
The attacks, the cyber attacks that are happening.
Cyber as a type of cyber attacks. Okay.
Yes.
I can say that we have a huge and wide range of cyber attacks, but I want to concentrate and to focus the cyber attacks detected to operation technology. Okay. So I'm talking about particular cyber attacks type. So that's a little bit different cyber attacks type, because we are talking about long-term cyber attacks, that somebody sitting inside your networking, learning your operation things. And we have actually two main vectors of the purpose of cyber attacks. The first vector, to be passively to sit in your operation technology environment and to learn your processes. That should be like competitors, that should like sell your operation technology secrets. For example, like Coca-Cola formula, for example, okay? So you cannot recognize what's happening, that's full passively, like third eyes sitting in your networking and learning your processes. Okay. The second more popular, and we are hearing that more and more, cyber attacks, that's active cyber attacks, that's also sitting a huge time, comprehensive of the IT, they are sitting too long time, that's few months, sometimes half year in your networking, operation technology networking, learning your weak points, and it one day can damage you and to attack you. Even we can be actually, we can see that in the some attacks that Russia attacked Ukrainian power plants in one day, so they sit there, they have sit there few months, and after that they attack at the same time. So our solution is very easy. So we are detecting unauthorized devices immediately. We are building in minutes the network discovery. We can see even all the packets, even all interaction pings, and we can actually see even some anomalies in operation technology. We can also, yes, we can also read by operation technology protocols the internal data from registry to see what is the voltage, what's the pressure, what's the temperature, humidity. So we can see actually some anomalies in operation technology world, and we can actually reduce false positive signs. So, and to make that very clear detected incident, and that's one of the big problems at our competitors and at existing solutions, because once we are talking about 100 alerts, that's at the end of the day you can throw the solution away, because you know that's false positive, that don't help you.
I get it. I understand. So, Alex, what industries are you servicing the most?
Okay, the most popular now, we are deployed our solution in critical infrastructure, energy sector, power plants. Okay. In full isolated mode, included unidirectional diode. We are very familiar with manufacturing world, so we have few deployments in all type of manufacturing, metal, plastic, and that's very intensive traffic. We are talking about 10 million packets per hour, and we are standing there and know with our patented algorithm to source it effectively and to provide only a few incidents. I can actually share the screen.
Yeah.
To show how that seems, so that will be a little bit interesting.
Yes, of course.
Interesting that only speaking about something, only to see that. That's very interesting. So I will try. Second time sharing the screen.
We don't see anything yet, but that's coming. Now it's coming. Yes. Perfect.
Can you see my screen? So you can see after filter packets, you can see 1,250,000 events, filter events last hour.
Wow.
So once we are opening that, you can see only events. And you can see 0 incidents in last hour. So once we are talking 8 hours, you can see only a few incidents.
Wow, okay.
Million events.
Yeah.
So that's something very effectively. On top of that, you can see false positive.
And that's all in real time, right?
Real time. That should be OT SOC platform as well. By the way, we have OT dashboard that can actually gather all the data from the many factories. For example, your organization with 50 factories across the globe. So in each factory, you have even isolated server. And you can upload the relevant traffic over the DO to our main OT SOC dashboard, and that's all. That's very effectively. Okay. It's very easy to deploy, very easy to read that.
Yeah.
So yes, so that's very useful thing. So I wanted only to show how that seems.
Yeah.
But you can see here 12 production slides, separate production slides. So you can see also automatically detected vendors. You can see blue colors, that's actually authorized devices in leaf in the working state. You can see the orange color, that's authorized devices with sleep mode, that's shut it down, that's not in the operative mode. And you can see the red point, that's unauthorized devices, so broadcast that we can also clean, or we can actually provide the data.
Okay, all right, wow, that's cool, very nice, I love it. Great. Yeah, that's very helpful. So people have, of course, a real-time data here about what's going on. So when there are attacks, what do they do? What's the next step?
What's the next step once we are detecting the cyber attacks?
Yeah.
So as I told before, we are actually sending the alerts by SMS and emails. That's first step. Okay. The second step, we can provide playbooks by playing the playbooks per relevant requirements and compliance. You can actually get the dedicated particular manual, what you should do to mitigate the cybersecurity risk, potential attack on your environment system. On top of this, once we are talking about very high resolution of playbooks, we are adding the relevant contact numbers by phone, SMS, emails. That's actually even average employer on environment in the area can actually contact the relevant person to investigate and to escalate this process to be more effectively, not waiting to some analyst few days or to
which is important.
To invest money. That's very important once we are talking about not only on critical infrastructure, once they actually don't count the money. Okay, we are talking also on average medium-sized enterprise. They won't have protection. They must have protection today.
Well, yeah, you have to be able to react very quickly, which is obviously critical here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wonderful. So, Alex, you also have an iOT365 partnership program, right? So, I find that really interesting. So, how can people become a partner with you, and what do they get as a partner?
Okay, I will speak. That's very important process for the business and to protect the global world together. I can say that I am seeking the partners that's familiar with operation technology world. Okay. And I also I'm seeking for the partners that's familiar with the cybersecurity world and want to expand their services. So we are ready to train them, to provide the lab, to provide all relevant information, including our specialists in cybersecurity, to raise their level, and even to make the first customers deployments together to see that everything is working smoothly. We are talking about North America, that I am actually living on both countries, so that's actually very important to me as founder to provide the service as expected and to work with the high qualified specialists, even when they don't have the relevant knowledge, skills. So we are raising the skills for the relevant level to be sure that we can protect the customers as expected without some disappointing because some skills of partners not expected.
Got it. It's very important. So are you predicting in the next few years that there will be an increase in cyber attacks? Is that something that is exponentially growing?
Absolutely, and I can speak specifically on operation technology world. We will see that much more and more because right now we're already surviving from cyber attacks in operation technology and critical sector, but people 2 years before didn't know that cyber attacks can actually be very popular in the operation technology because they saw that it's machinery, so that's how that's connected to the networking, to the cybersecurity, to the IT. So cybersecurity is its only IT. But today, people see more and more damage and actually healthcare, critical infrastructure, power down, oil, gas sectors. That's more and more published because not because only now they started to attack the critical infrastructure and all operation technology sector, but because the compliance that demand and you must to publish. If you survive cyber attacks, you must publish that because you are NASDAQ listed company. You must do that in 4 days per SEC requirements, different requirements. So once regulation now raising with the companies, so companies must publish that. And here the percentage of cyber attacks, we think that's much more. But even without that, that's much more bigger numbers. But especially when the regulation demand to upload, to publish the information. So that's actually making exponentially rising.
I understand. So it's really important from a compliance standpoint, but it's also very important from a human safety standpoint, because as far as healthcare institutions are concerned, it is saving lives.
Exactly. Healthcare, that's a very critical sector. They have a HIPAA standard, and we are working very, very deep in this healthcare, because you can imagine once during some critical operation on head or some different parts of body, you actually disconnecting or some laser starting to have different behaviors and you should expect.
So that's wonderful that you're doing something very important here. I'm so happy that you are really the expert in that field, one of the experts in that field. So if someone is interested in working with you, has questions, or want to discuss a partnership, what is the best way to reach you?
Firstly, we have our sales at iOT365.io email address.
Okay.
And actually you can send their email. We have also website. Our website is iOT365.io. I will share the screen. That's actually persons can see that even with my email and my phone number. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, this is great. Perfect. Everything is in here. Wonderful. Great. Perfect. Wonderful. Is there anything that you would like to add, Alex, that would be beneficial to my audience?
I want to transfer the message to the manufacturing. So even small, medium manufacturing sector must wake up and recognize they must have IT cybersecurity person that's responsible for cybersecurity attacks that can push forward the protection. And all required the old school guys or must recognize that now they must have some protection. So I must say that's easy mathematics formula. So 1 day stoppage, how cost in your business, okay? How you actually can lose money, how much money you can lose in 1 day. So you can see that even small enterprise manufacturing in the United States can lose $1 million per day. Okay, that's not money, but that's much bigger. Once we are talking about our solution, that's only $10,000 in a year. Okay, so we are talking about 30, 40, 50 times more losing the money. That's only business, so they must actually to think the number. And I see many companies don't recognize that somebody can attack them someday. So they must wake up and to be ready and to have eyes in the lowest level, in the lowest layer of operation technology, once the regular IT solutions like firewall, EDR don't see the lowest layer of the topology in the.
That's yeah, very important. That is great advice. Yes, Alex, because a lot of people think it won't happen to me. It happens to everyone else, but it won't happen to me, and that's not being very realistic, because as you just mentioned, there are more and more attacks and more than we possibly imagine and are aware of. So I think it's really an awareness that people have to develop and understand that it will be life-saving, but it will definitely impact their bottom line in a positive fashion.
Exactly. That's the point, that we must be ready for any scenario and to have eyes and boot on the ground. Okay.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you. That was very, very inspiring, very informational, Alex. I really appreciate your time. I hope that everyone is listening to what Alex has to say, to what he is offering right now, and that you take action. Get in touch with him, talk to him, because there are things sometimes we don't think about how potentially can impact us, and he will be able to give you some insight as to the potential threats that your company can face, and inform you as to the steps to take to get the necessary protection. So thank you very much again, Alex. Really appreciate this.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays and nice shopping.
Yeah, nice shopping, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That helps us, and share with your network. We are here. My goal here is to share and help and spread the good and work all as one, because we are all one. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.